probably the only person I've ever visited in the hospital that got a little upset with me. I got a little surly. He was a little surly. That's right. Yeah, that's right. David Kenneth Reynolds. We could have probably teased him a little about that had we known his middle name.
I went and saw him at the hospital, and he's like, "Oh my goodness, can you give me a washcloth? I just want to wash myself out." I'm like, "Dave, you're fine. You're in the hospital."
He was the junkyard dog, as we called him. Many days when Dave was doing the almost free furniture part of the store, he liked to sell, but he didn't like to lower his prices. And, somehow when you're selling things and it's a free store already, that can be a bit of a shock to people. And then to have to negotiate with a surly big man. Many days I had to come behind and smooth feathers. But I love Big Dave, and he definitely made his mark on my life. And I suppose I could sort of get back with him now, because I remember, one of the things I remember he said to me, and I knew he was trying to pick a fight with me when he did this, because he would say, "Okay, college boy, I got a question for you." Finally, I realized, "Dave, you're not asking a question, you're looking for a fight." I was like, "You don't want an answer, you just want to argue." Right. He did that. College boy. I knew. It's like, oh my, college boy. So I guess now's my opportunity to preach to Dave what I wanted to say until and he interrupted me. But and of course, how can we forget the man that introduced us to the oyster shooter?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. We'll have to go to Boardwalk. It's not for the faint of heart. But I know I don't look a whole lot like a preacher and talk a lot like a preacher anymore because I'm a recovering pastor, as most of you know. I think that's a good thing. And but I do tend to turn to the holy book, the good book, when I've been sad. I missed it. And I'm sad that he had to suffer. But I'm glad that he's at peace now. He's at rest. Yes. And I do tend to turn, but the thing about it is I always seem to go back to the book of Ecclesiastes when somebody dies. And I always have, and I did it again this week. I just went back and read chapter 9. And I know that was so helpful to me a year or so ago when my own mom died, and I found it equally helpful this time. Because the message is clear. People that pass on, there's no more life under the sun for them. It's over. Big Dave has run his race. It's finished. He left his footprint, but that's it under the sun. But we're still here. So the message was simple to me. I remember at my mom's funeral, and I'll just pass it on. And I've said this many times to those that come to the free store: get busy living. Because we're all busy dying as we speak. So get busy living. Leave that footprint and leave a big one. Leave your mark and make it a good one. Because this world needs people that are willing to take risks and live boldly. Because there's a lot of need in the world. And we see need on a daily basis. And that's one thing I'll say about Big Dave. He might have been surly, but he also would respond to need when he saw it. And he actually took more people into his homes than I've done. And so I can learn from him. I can learn a big lesson from him just on that alone. So Big Dave, we loved you. I loved you. And I'm going to miss you. And I love you all. You're my friends. We're a community. And it's messy. And it's not always pretty. But it's life. And it's real. And if we keep doing this, we're going to keep expanding our circle of friends. We're going to see even better things happen than we already have. And I love you too, Sheila. I'm so glad you're part of our free store, part of my life. And Rick and George, you guys have made me a richer man. I know. And you've also caused my hairs to grow.
And that's that.
Oh, yeah. give, I've already warned them, I wanted to give my friends an opportunity to talk to. So Sheila, I want you to take whatever time you need and say what you want to say to us all here. Sheila's going to share with us, and then Rick, and then George. And then if anyone else has anything they'd like to say about Big Dave, we'll do that as well. Big Dave.
You don't need a break?
It sounds like a smoke break